right?
You play as Gino from Mario RPG for some reason.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. Hey, Foster.
Hey, Wyatt.
Hey, welcome to Game Cereal, where once a week we dip our toes into the bottom of the Steam Bowl. And we're going to see what kind of games we can fish out. Is it soggy or crunchy? Is it sweet or salty? Or did they just forget the milk? Well, guess what? We're going to find out. And it's going to be all at the cost of a box of cereal.
I'm very impressed you didn't break when I just cracked that White Claw just straight into the mic.
Didn't hear it. So I kind of
for sure.
I kind of like black out when I do the intro.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Your eyes glaze over.
Yeah,
The cereal
exactly.
gods speak through you.
Yeah,
Understandable.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, it's been a while since we've done one of these.
At least like 2 weeks,
It's been more than that.
maybe even 3.
I think 3 weeks, which the people won't know because they've been getting episodes. They've been eating. You've been on.
They got
the
2
editing
episodes
grind
in
lately.
in a week.
It's crazy, and like 10 podcast episodes in a week.
True.
The podcast publishing site cut me off because I exceeded our limit of data.
Oh, nice. They're like, hey,
So
the people,
next
you're
month,
gonna start a revolution if you keep uploading this good content to,
they said, calm down. This propaganda is off the chain.
you know.
So next month there will be another dump of like another 10 episodes until
There you
we're
go.
caught up and I can do it normally again. Did you prep any bits? Any funny little jokey jokes?
No, I've been like doing stuff. I've been like living life.
You've been playing the game. You had 3 weeks to play.
I've been playing the game. I had 3 weeks. But I played most of it. I think I played about half of it. I got to a very good halfway point about a week ago.
Mhm.
And then I was gonna beat it the next day, and then we pushed it back another week. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just wait.
Yeah, might as well.
No.
At least with that strategy, you're fresh on the review. You know all your
Yeah.
thoughts. All your ducks are in a row.
Exactly.
I played this entire game the first 2 days after I picked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't played this game in a month about.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really good. I'm definitely gonna remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
Be really articulate with my thoughts, that kind of stuff. The usual that you can expect from me. Just really high quality, top tier
Mm-hmm.
insights. I think
it'll all be pretty good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I was listening to, because I went back and I was dropping the podcast episodes, and I was listening to some of them, and I listened to Thronefall, and I just want to play that game again.
That's a good game.
I didn't do it. I listened to it. I thought, man, I want to play this game again, and I didn't do it, but I want to.
It's on your Steam
Very
Deck.
good
You
game.
said you'd keep it downloaded.
It's downloaded.
There you
To
go.
be fair, though, I have not deleted a single Game Serial game because, believe it or not, all these shitty games we download
Or
are
like-
like
yeah.
1 gig.
Yeah.
Max.
Max, yeah.
So they get to populate my Steam
Well, I
Deck
think
for-
I think
from
you're
now
wrong.
until
There's probably
eternity.
one game serial game you've deleted from your system, and it's Dragon Age, because that shit is not 1
Well,
gig.
I did delete that from that was from my Xbox too.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of that guy. Monster Hunter had to shove him out the door.
Yep. I think that's
Split
probably
Fiction.
it though.
Split Fiction is 85 gigabytes.
God damn. Have you played it?
Isn't that insane? Yeah, Kelsey and I are playing through
Is
it.
it good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Story's stupid.
Yeah, but
the
that's not what
gameplay
you
is
play it
just
for. you know?
Perfect. Yeah, it's so perfect. You play as very early on, and I'm sure you saw it in the trailers, but you get to play as a little piggy that farts. And then you get thrown in a meat grinder, then you get to play as a hot dog.
Mhm.
Awesome.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What a great game.
Maybe I'll get Ren to play it.
Do it. Convince her.
Yeah.
Tell
Let's
her
play
she
in the-
has to, or he'll break up with her.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
that's a
true.
good
That's a
tactic.
good strategy, actually.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried that one before.
No, but I'll start working that one. I think I'm gonna start telling her all of her friends have bad intentions for her, and they're just taking time away.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I do. That's how I run my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good.
I've-
Make it as far away as you can get her from all of her loved ones, I
Yeah.
think. Is
Yeah.
probably the call.
That's what I did to you too.
It's worked.
Yeah.
No one loves me anymore.
Yep. Except for me, and remember that.
And no one ever will.
Yeah.
You know what I actually loved?
The moon landing.
Everhood.
You mean the game we played this week for Game Serial?
The game we played this week for Game Sale. I'm imagining that's where you cut the music in.
No, I was gonna cut it in right now.
Oh, you're just.
What a good bit. Oh man.
This is a fantastic bit. Okay, I believe it's time for a little Steam description, perhaps.
Yeah, let's send it over to our Steam description, man. An unconventional adventure RPG that takes place in an inexpressible world filled with amusing musical battles and strange, delightful encounters. To put it simply, you are in for a ride. Everhood released March 4th, 2021 by Chris and Jordy. I'm not going to say their last names because I don't respect them. No reason. Not because of like the quality of the game or anything. I've just decided.
You just don't respect them.
Yeah.
Their views, everything about them, really. The way
Yeah,
they look.
the way they operate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like I'd say, I don't know what genre to call it. I guess rhythm game. It technically is, but not really.
I would call it a. What's the one with Sans?
It's an Undertale like
No,
for sure.
Undertale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's a rhythm-based Undertale like.
I
I think that's the easiest way to put it.
Speaking of Undertale, I downloaded Stardew Valley on my girlfriend's Switch, and we were playing that. But I was looking at her Switch, and Undertale was the only game that was on there.
Oh yeah.
Like
Hey,
no
listen,
other
she's
games.
got great taste. She's got great taste.
But
she
this
played
is, yeah, she beat Undertale. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
off topic. Good. Cool.
But no, this is the, this is very similar. I played it. I never beat it. But I did
I
play
beat it.
up to a point,
It was
and then
hard.
Undertale.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it
It
was
gets
hard.
really hard at the end.
Yeah, probably.
Very hard at the end. Yeah. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, I was
Lovely
saying
game.
it's very much like Undertale. At least like
I think-
the outer world elements, not the well, also kind of like the fights, like the same kind of like you're on it pops you up to a screen and you see the guy that you're quote unquote fighting, and it's a little gimmicky. But instead of like dodging pellets or whatever you do in Undertale, you dodge like Guitar Hero notes.
Yeah. And now it's like for our audio listeners, if we have any of you guys, if I'm still properly posting these, it is like you're on almost a Guitar Hero track, and as they're playing, it's like throwing little things on the ground that you have to like dodge and jump over to the rhythm of the music. And I guess where do you want to start, Wyatt? I think we can start talking about a couple of things. We can talk about the story. We can talk about the vibes. We can talk about the actual gameplay itself. There's so many interesting facets we could go down.
The vibes were immaculate for sure.
The vibes were great. They were so good. It was such a strange world to live in. It was very Hylics-esque energy, whereas Hylics was like the absurdist art style. This was, what would you call this? Psychedelic?
It was definitely psychedelic, especially certain battles or encounters.
Yeah.
Really leaned into the psychedelic feel.
Yeah, it got crazy. You play as, in a lot of ways, you play as yourself, controlling a character. But that's kind of spoilery. That's kind of spoilery.
True. I know.
We just go full
with this
spoilers,
one,
that's what we do here, right?
we do kind of do that
I
here.
don't
I know. I was thinking that too when I was finishing. I was like, is this one where we're actually gonna set like a marker of past this point we will do like we could do like gameplay first and then go
Yeah,
and
I
say
think we should.
this at this point we'll start spoiling the story.
I think we definitely should, because I think the story is just like Undertale, the story is such a large part of it, and the twists and turns that you take throughout it are
It's also
interesting enough to where,
something
like
like
I don't know,
7
spoil it for
endings
anyone.
or something.
There's multiple endings to this game.
Yeah, there's a shitload. I looked them up
That's
after.
really crazy, because
We can get into that when we get to
can
the
get
spoiler
into that later. We can get into that
section,
later. I
but-
don't want to say
yeah.
anything. Gameplay wise, I thought the battle system itself was good, but not great.
Yeah, I agree. I think like it did its job, and I think the music was great for all the battles.
Yeah.
And they didn't overstay their welcome for the most part. Most of the time, some of them did, but I feel like at the point where I was like, some of these are overstaying their welcome, I'd then get like 3 battles in a row that were like 40 seconds long, and I'd be like, oh, okay, awesome. Oh, it also depends, what difficulty did you play on?
I played on hard.
Okay, I played on expert. I think hard and expert both have the same amount of health for enemies, but the difference is like your health regens slower.
Expert, right?
No, you're not one hit. It just regens slower.
That's new game.
You're still...
Sorry.
Oh, is that New Game Plus?
I also played on the hardest, but then when you New Game Plus, there's another difficulty where you are like one hit.
Oh, okay.
No save.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of crazy. You play on that one.
No, I went to expert, but it just makes it so like it takes a bit for your health to regen in the middle of fights. It wasn't awful. There were some fights that were pretty tough.
The track is a little faster, I think, too.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see that. I think I just read what the description said, which was like your health regen slower. It didn't say anything about like the tracks going faster or slower, so I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think it does, because I kicked it down to easy at one point just to see what it was like, to see if it was easier, and it was way easier because you are able to regen your health so fast.
Yeah.
And like it really doesn't. It becomes kind of a nothing game. You can just kind of walk through it if you really want to just experience the story, which is nice. I mean, for accessibility's sake, but not fun from a gameplay standpoint.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I thought it was challenging enough to keep me engaged. I think the second half of the game was a lot harder than the first half, in my opinion.
Interesting.
But it also might be because I had a week in between playing, so I kind of like had to relearn how to play while I was fighting like harder enemies. Because towards the end of my playtime today, I was breezing through stuff, but at the start, I was like just getting rinsed. Because I was just not locked in.
I think, and this is a minor gameplay mechanic spoiler, but I don't think it's that big of a thing because they show it in the trailer. You do unlock a parry mechanic later in the game. I thought that made the game easy as fuck. Like, I thought that took away actually a lot. It made it added a new layer to the game where you're trying to collect. You're only trying to parry certain colors so that you can power up your attack, which I really liked because it was like a mini game within the combat. But I did think it made it a lot easier because you could just block every piece of damage you would usually take.
Yeah, I think I was just I just wasn't as locked in because I was like, again, towards the end I was hitting a lot of the parries, but I think either my timing was off or just something was off with my brain in today's day and age, because I was whiffing a lot more than I felt like I should have been.
Everyone does know that I am far more musically inclined than you.
Yeah.
And I'm just really great at staying on beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Just bars. Yeah.
Making beats, spitting bars. Yeah, it was probably just that. Probably just a music diff.
Skill check.
Skill check. Yeah, no. I thought the gameplay was fun. It wasn't the greatest that I've ever played. I think I also had just been playing Guitar Hero the day before. So I had like game. I played like the GOAT of rhythm games, and then had to play a different one, and it's like, well, you know, it's good, but it's not Guitar Hero.
I did think you're right. Guitar Hero is perfect, and this is definitely not that. And I think for me, where it fell short, because like Guitar Hero is hard as shit, and there's a lot to be thinking about. I think to me where this fell short was it was really easy in a lot of the battles, and because they don't really push the mechanics that far, I guess, also. So you're really just because there are sound waves you can jump, and there are sound waves that are like walls that you have to dodge. And I really liked when they threw a lot of the dodging walls out instead, or else you could just stand in one spot
and just jump.
I felt like I did for maybe 2/3 of the battles. I really just stood in one position and jumped.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was fine because the music was good, right? And it's very flashy. Like the colors are all over the place, and they get really psychedelic and trippy with some levels, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Just visually to look at, but if you're just standing there jumping and just tapping jump to the rhythm, and sometimes if you just don't move, you're only getting one sound wave every couple seconds in your lane,
Yeah.
So if you can just stay in the right spot, you almost don't have to like play for like 10, 15 seconds
Until you get
spurts,
to the
meh.
the part where you have to parry, because if you don't parry enough within a certain amount of time, you have to restart the fight.
What?
If you don't like do enough damage by the end of the song, you have to restart the fight. That's why I asked what difficulty
Whoa.
you played on, because I think the higher the difficulty, the more health they have. Because I had a couple fights where I was like, I couldn't just stand in one place and jump. I had to be like dodging in between every single like thing to try to get as many attacks, so I could actually like do all the attacks before the song ended, and I have to restart it.
That makes sense though, because you know how I play games where I just like I slam my head against the wall trying to do it as fast as possible. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm just like forcing my way through. So I was doing a ton of damage but dying really fast, and then eventually I would like perfect run it and finish it. So
Yeah, that's
I
basically
never
what I was
made
doing
it to the
too.
end of a song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that was after I realized that they did have the little time limit. No, really, the fights that gave me the most trouble were like optional bosses. I think all the main stuff wasn't that
Yeah.
bad, but there was this one. I don't know if you ever opened the chest. It's not really a spoiler. So they're just asking if you open like the chest, in like the shop.
Yes. In the shopkeep? Are you talking about the shopkeep fight?
The
'Cause
shop-
that shit was crazy.
Not the shopkeep, but the guy in the chest next to the shopkeep.
Maybe.
Did you do the whole
I don't think
trading?
I had I don't. Yeah, I did do the whole trading thing. I don't think I had trouble with the guy in the chest, but I guess I didn't have trouble with the shopkeep either. But the shopkeep was just an insane fight, like having to move so much and parry so much. It was. I just remember that one standing out above all the other ones.
I think I didn't have trouble like with the guy in the chest directly. Also, I'm looking at achievements. I don't think you actually did get the guy in the chest, because it says you don't have
Really?
the achievement. Yeah.
I opened the chest.
Like you get the gold key from the brown man. That sounds
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah, the brown mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the brown
Not the
man.
brown man.
The brown mage.
And then yeah, that dude's in there. I didn't have an issue with the fight itself. I had an issue with using the parry enough on him, and then I couldn't get it before he fucked off and left, and then he just disappeared, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'll never get whatever
Yeah.
item he had.
Maybe that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Or maybe would you say I didn't even get the achievement of seeing him?
Well, yeah, it says you don't even have the achievement of opening the little chest.
That's fucked up, man. I swear to God, I opened that chest.
I don't know.
I did all the trading. I'd murdered brown mage.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, listen. Sorry. You fight people. It's a game. Come
I
on.
know.
And no spoilers. Come on.
That is kind of where the whole game takes a turn, though, is when you just realize that's what you're doing.
That is what you end up doing. Yeah. But hey, listen. That's all I'm saying. You won't get anything else out of me.
Until you
But-
will later on, I guess.
Yeah. I guess I don't really want to say too much more, because I do think
I'll
we're like
I'll
at
just
the
bleep
edge
it
of
out.
spoiler territory. If you wanted to stop listening here because you didn't want this game to be spoilered, which I think if you're gonna play it, you should just go play it and then maybe come back to your thoughts on everything else. I would say, like, if you played Undertale and liked it, you should go out right now and get this game.
Yeah, it's got good music. It's got
it's not as good.
funny characters, fun little guys.
Lots of fun characters. You meet a lot of very funny characters with very strong personalities, and
Clever
it's
writing.
it's so creative, right?
You play as Gino from Mario RPG for some reason.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
You really do. Yeah. He plays Gino. You follow a little blue gnome around. There's a big pig. There's a bunch of
Thanos-
different colored
it's a Thanos
mages
pig.
that you definitely don't kill.
I don't know if you noticed that. The pig was just Thanos. He had like the 5
did not notice
stones, and
that.
he was purple, and like
That's really funny. Spoiler, Wyatt. God.
that's not even a spoiler.
Spoil the pig, dude.
Anyway, yeah.
Did you do did you do the racing? I assume you raced.
Yeah, I did the racing.
You set the record?
I set the record.
You gotta set the record. Oh yeah, man. We should compare times.
Yeah, I'll find it in my
I don't
recording.
know how to check that.
I'll find mine, and I'll just lie and say yours was lower.
Okay, cool. I'm sure it was anyways.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, officially spoilering this whole game. Spoiling, not spoiling.
Oh no, you kept saying spoilering, but I didn't want to correct you.
Slap a spoiler on this bitch.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the not with that. Okay, no.
I
I'm
think-
not a car guy.
Yeah,
you know.
spoilers like the little thing on the back.
Yeah, it's a little fin that shows that you fuck.
Yeah, it shows you get laid.
People with spoilers Yeah, that's definitely what I think when I see them.
It shows you went to Los Santos Customs.
Okay, Wyatt, give us the first spoiler.
You get an arm and then you kill people with it.
It's true. It's true.
Well, you lose your arm, and then you go and you pick up your
You do.
arm throughout the course of the game. And that was where I said I got to a halfway point, was that where I got the arm back.
That is the perfect spot.
And that was like, yeah, the literal perfect spot to not play and then come back and go and kill 28 souls. And give or take a couple more, too, that weren't part of it, but I killed them anyway.
Oh, yeah. You got to kill every single NPC. And every door. Did you kill every door?
Well, you have to kill all the doors at the end. I did kill a couple of the light posts also.
I killed a bunch of the light posts.
And I killed all the mushrooms in the mushroom forest.
Same. They were asking for it. They wanted to die. They're
Yeah.
like, see you on the other side.
I killed a couple robots that I didn't need to kill as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. I also went into, this doesn't have to do with the killing or anything, but I did you do the jump rope game? And then go into the big
No.
Akira looking
What?
like enclosure. It's when the place where you fight the professor. You know how he's like trying to open that big metal sphere?
Yeah.
That's just straight up
Yeah.
ripped from Akira. It was cool.
Yeah.
You go back to there later. You can go and do like a jump rope mini game that's blocking your path, and then you go past the jump rope, and then you go into there, and there's an emerald in there. It's part of one of the endings. I looked them up again.
Oh.
You get like an emerald from there. You get a ruby from somewhere else, and you get a sapphire if you kill the light being that was in that chest from the trading thing. And then you get like a fight an ending where you can go and fight the devs, like you fight the developers of the game as gnomes.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I didn't do
That
it,
is pretty cool.
but yeah, a lot of endings. There's that.
What did you get? What ending
I
did
just
you end
did
up
the
with?
normal ending where you kill everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so did I.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I was like, this is the only ending.
Nope.
And
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I was like, this is kind of lame. Like, I feel like there should have been more choice. But I realize now
There
that
was.
there was.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. What do you think of the regular ending, where you find out that you are in fact not you, that you kind of died in the furnace, technically, I guess, or like your body died in the furnace and you were just the little pink dude the whole time.
I thought it was interesting. I think it was a little obscure to affect my emotions and actually make me think. It was missing, I think, a little bit of, like, it was missing the punch, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That I think it could have used. I don't think it needed it. It was still a great game and a really fun story and really interesting. But I think it could have used an emotional hit at the end to really seal the themes of the game together.
Mm-hmm.
Like accepting death, stagnation, what that leads to, what greed leads to, like all of these things. Which are all really great themes, and I think it does a pretty good job of exploring those. But I just, like I said, I just wish there was, like, I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but something at the end that really hit it home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of that is, unlike Undertale, where, spoilers for Undertale, you get to the end. You know how Undertale ends, right?
I think so.
Okay. You get to the end, and then they're like, oh, what is it? I don't know. You get to the end, basically it's like, oh man, you fucking killed everyone. Like, that's really fucked up, and it makes you feel really bad about it. And that, like, all the demons were actually, like, all, like, the good guys, and, like, you're the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a twist. It's a last-minute twist that really, really, really has a strong message, and it hits very hard, and it's very, very punchy and good and clean. And I kind of wanted something like that. And the problem too is, it's kind of like the Dark Souls situation, like where we play Souls likes, and it's never gonna be as good.
Yeah.
And Undertale is one of the most amazing games ever made. And so, like, making an Undertale like you're begging the comparison to Undertale, and it's not Undertale, so it's kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
All that to say, I still really liked it. I liked that. I was pleasantly surprised, I guess, that everyone was like cool that you killed them. Like most people were like, "That's good. It's time for it." I realize now it's time for a change.
Yeah. Well, first they were like,
"Life doesn't end here.
I'm gonna fight you because you're trying to kill me."
They weren't happy. They're like, "Holy shit, you're murdering everyone! Like that's so fucked up," and they make you feel so bad about it. And then afterwards, I guess it's the opposite of Undertale, right? Where you're like, they make you feel really bad about it in the moment, and then afterward, everyone's like, I mean, I guess thank you. It was time for a change.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it.
Probably also helps that they showed that it's not actually the end.
Yeah, I think almost it would have been more powerful if it didn't explain that there is like another life after death.
Yeah.
And like you had to end with it kind of ambiguous instead of it maybe like spelling it out so clearly.
Yeah. No, I like the ending though. I thought it was nice talking to everyone after and them giving their little last bits.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the last couple battles. I guess I just don't know what to call them. Encounters, whatever. There was a couple times where it was like, I think it was the very last fight, like 3 times in it, the person, like the voice or whoever you were like talking to, the fucking son or whatever, was like the universe was like, now let's end it the right way. And then like 2 minutes later in the fight, they're like, we will do one last thing. And then 2 minutes later in the fight, they're like, now we shall end it the perfect way. I'm like, dude, just fucking end it already, man.
Yeah. I started to get real worried I was going to die at the end and have to replay that whole thing.
Yeah, they have checkpoints, but
that fight does drag a little bit.
Yeah. Good game. I liked all the characters. I liked Nosferatu.
Who's your fave? Nosferatu, who just sneezes a lot.
Sneezes a lot. I like the 2 guys in the wood area that sell you that plank.
Yeah, those guys rocked. I wanted to be buddies with them.
Yep. I like the green mage, the one that like you get his eye back or whatever.
I think as far as characters go, the green mage was the most compelling. Like he like in his, I don't know, like he was like kind of an outcast and like kind of weird. Like I couldn't tell if the other characters liked him. And he had that really like fucked up moment where you go in his basement and he has like tally marks on the walls.
Yeah, and he says he's been doing it for a year.
He's like brown mage. Brown mage told me not to keep track of time, but I couldn't help myself. And then he's like, don't go down there. It lasts a really long time. Why? I ran down 100 hallways.
So
it took me 25 minutes.
So you want to know one of the endings?
Yeah.
It's going down that corridor for 4 hours.
Holy shit.
It's let's see how many. It's 888 rooms.
God damn.
And it's apparently like halfway through, so a couple hours in. Like you for the first 2 hours, you can just like, you know, put a rock on your right arrow key or put a rubber band on your Steam Deck, whatever, and make it so you're just moving right the whole time. But then they start putting rocks in the middle of the hallway, so you have to manually turn your guy like around the rocks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but I guess you just eventually go to like a bed or something of flowers, and then like you lay down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Pretty crazy though.
But pretty crazy. But I do think that was like, I was like, damn, Green Mage has been through it, man.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I know. I like the frog too. The frog was pretty cool.
The shopkeep?
No, like the guy with the little banjo.
Oh, I would say he was a lizard.
Was he a lizard? Oh, I guess he was a lizard. He wasn't a frog.
He reminded me of a lot. My first ever D&D character was named Gator Pete. He talked like fucking Run Man Run, whatever his name is, Forrest Gump. Gator Pete, the banjo playing lizard folk bard.
Oh, yeah.
And he reminded me a lot of him. Okay. I was like, oh man, that's cool. Kind of stole my idea, but it's fine.
Like Rasta Beast too.
Rasta Beast was dope. He just looked cool. He looked just dope. It's a big old lion looking Pokemon ass.
I just like the little vampire that kept changing his name. And the knight that
he was fluid.
That kept trying to fight you. And then you'd be like, all right, let's fight. And he's like, oh, fuck, you called my bluff. I'm just going to sit here.
That was good. Got a couple chuckles out of me.
Well,
I would say almost every character in this game, though, I like got at least like one or two laughs.
yeah, they're funny. They're cleverly written.
Or smiles.
It was good.
Ziggy was funny.
Ziggy, yep.
Who was the asshole that you dance battled first, I think?
Yeah, he's one of the first guys you fight. Like, first actual guys you fight.
Mm-hmm. The D&D section was fun, where like you're like part of the tabletop game and like you're the main character in the story that Green Mage is running the campaign for. I thought that was interesting and cool.
Yeah.
Just lots of really fun ideas. It felt like this person or these people or whoever made this game, I don't respect them enough to say their name.
Yeah, to utter their
name. I think whoever made this, you could tell that like nothing was off the table story wise. Like they're just like, let's do what we think is funny and interesting, and it will sing because it is uniquely our like voice and story. Even though it doesn't really make sense sometimes, it doesn't matter as much as it being just purely what they wanted to do, which I think is cool. Very fun. Makes for a good game, I think.
You want to hear the other endings?
Yeah, lay them on me.
So we have the normal ending, of course, which we both experienced. There's the pacifist ending, which is refusing to kill anyone.
I was wondering about that.
You don't kill anyone. You go visit the forest spirit in the mushroom forest, and you refuse to kill them. You tell them you're not going to kill them. You'll keep asking, like, kill me, and you say no. And then you go back to the main hub area, and the lost spirits will come to you and tell you to kill the forest spirit, and you say no. And then a door will open, and then you go and fight. Do the frog's wrath fight. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm just reading the wiki right now. And then after you beat the fight, the game will save, and if you reload it, it will place you back outside the door where you can then continue to get the regular ending. Also, that dude with the banjo is hella a frog.
Is
So
he really?
it's him. You fight him, I guess. Probably like an extra hard boss battle against him.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know my frogs.
You don't know your lizards? You don't know your frogs? You don't know your fucking ones and twos?
Zips
ABCs. Yeah, then there's the one where you get the three gems, and then you go and fight the developers of the game, whom shall not be named. There's the corridor ending. There's a new game plus ending. 2 new game plus endings.
So I was wondering what the difference of new game plus would be, because I started it and it started the exact same as the other one, so I was a little confused.
It's called the yellow doll ending. It's after you obtain your arm. What the hell? Okay, after you obtain your arm, you walk to the gray door and you find Sam, who is a cat that you don't meet at all, I think, in the regular game. And then you accept their deal. You obtain access to the lair door, which leads to the cat god lair, and you fight the cat god. And then you go inside their tree and you play Super Racket 2 and beat him in Super Racket 2.
Super Racket 1 was fun.
I know, Super Racket 1 was awesome.
Kick Nosferatu's ass.
And then apparently, I guess it's like when you, from what I read, that it doesn't say in this, I think it's called the yellow doll, because it's like you go burn up in the incinerator at that one part, but then instead of regrouping with your red body, you are just like the pink guy, and you go and leave, and then the professor gives you a yellow doll as your new body, and then you go and like sleep or something. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something, I'm sure. Something exactly
Something
played
like
out
that.
just like that.
Did you, when you killed Nosferatu, I don't know if you did this, I went inside his room after, and I went to play the Super Racket 1, and it was really sad. It just like, it so starts it up, and it throws the ball at you, and you hit it, and it immediately ends, because there's no one on the other side to hit it back. And it plays like sad music, and then it backs out. I was like, oh.
That's so sad. They make you feel so bad for killing these guys.
I know.
Aww. But they liked it, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're fine with it. Also, very topical that we chose this game because the new one came out like 2 days ago.
I know.
Or like a week
ago.
ago.
It came out?
Yeah, it's out. Do you say you're ready to give
what's
this
up?
game a big old score? Or a small score? Or just a
No.
medium score? Above average, below
Meh.
average?
Now, this is a hard one because I don't really actually know how much I liked this game
Mm-hmm.
as much as I respected it. Because I think, like I said before, it's super creative and kind of similar to Hylix in the way that like it is so my vibe. I think Hylix is a little more my vibe, but this is right up there.
Sure.
I just wish the gameplay was more fun, right? Like if the gameplay was just a little bit deeper or asked a little bit more of you, I think it could have pushed my review score a little bit higher, even though it's already high. And I know you might be thinking, what is it, Foster? What is it? My review score is going to be 8 severed Pinocchio arms out of 10.
Wow.
Out of 10 severed Pinocchio arms. I think it's a really great game. It's a great game. It's super creative. I wouldn't be surprised if the second one is better, just because they can take their ideas from the first and put a little bit more budget and like expand on those ideas. So I'm looking forward in the future to play the second one and see if that's true.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the second one's worse.
Well, Metacritic disagrees with you, and Metacritic is God.
Oh,
So.
Okay. Hey, well, that's a good review. Little 8 out of 10. That's a pretty good game.
Well,
Pretty
8 out of
good
10.
for
That's
you.
a pretty good game. I'm happy with this pick for sure.
Yeah.
I would not have picked another game.
Well, I guess if that's it, I guess I'll also give my review score.
You don't have to.
Oh, really? Thank God.
I think we've done this exact bit
Yeah, I think we
before,
do it
word for
almost
word.
every time, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Almost every time. Yeah.
Just
yeah,
about every
we're
single
not.
episode.
It's disappointing.
Anyway, I'm gonna give this game 8 Nosferatus.
Hey!
Out of 10 Nosferatus.
Hell yeah.
I liked it. I liked
That's
it a
big.
lot. I liked the music. I enjoyed myself playing it. I think a lot of fun, little goofy, silly characters. And I like the ending. So
I think something we didn't touch on enough was that I think a bunch of different people worked on all the songs.
oh, probably, yeah.
It seems like in the credits a bunch of fucking names.
See,
rolled
I
for
definitely the second the credits rolled, I went and took a shower. So I don't know who worked
Well.
on this game. I don't know what they did.
A shit ton of names worked on the music,
Yeah.
which I think is cool. Even though, to be honest, to me it all sounded the exact same, but I'm tone deaf and rhythm deaf, so
Yeah.
who's to say?
I also loved all the little dance moves they would whip out while they're attacking you.
Oh,
They'd
hell
really
yeah.
they'd really
Ziggy,
get down and groovy.
Ziggy's moves were sick as hell.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is upping my. I'm clawing back like the review scores because you've had like 2 like meh games in a row, I think.
Yeah.
And I've had like 2 good games in a row, and I'm coming back. I'm coming for you. Better watch your back.
Yes, yeah.
Fucking take you down. Fucking take you down, right? Sleep out loud.
I'm to be honest, I'm in a little bit of a dilemma in which game to choose for this week.
Ooh. Is it a pick a number, flip a coin situation?
I don't think it's flip a coin. It's one of them we could both play. Like it has co-op capabilities, which would be fun.
I don't like hanging out with you though.
Yeah. And the other one seems a lot shorter, and I feel like I have a busy week coming up, so I kind of want to choose that one.
Yeah, and if you have a busy week too, it's gonna be especially hard to get co-op going.
Exactly. But the other one you also have in your wish list, so I assume at some point
really?
that'll get chosen.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I almost want to guess it. Next time.
next time perhaps when you choose it.
I listened to one of my podcast the guys I listened to was talking up this game.
Oh.
A game about digging a hole.
You may have
a minimalist
preconceived.
game.
I've looked very little into it.
Okay, I for a weird situation where I might know more about a game than you do that you picked.
Exactly.
A minimalist game about digging a hole in the garden of a newly purchased house. Collect resources, sell them, upgrade your equipment, and discover a mysterious secret. Costs you only 1 coffee. Or costs you only 1 box of cereal.
Whoa, we should partner with them. Wait a minute.
We should partner with them. We should hit them up. Yeah, man, you fucking dig a hole in this game.
Yeah,
Which,
it looks like
honestly, it. Not to be gender specific, and it's
man
not
game.
a specific thing, but like it is such a fucking like man instinct to dig a hole wherever
Yeah.
you can. I think it's just in our bones. I
Both
don't know
like
what it
physically and like spiritually and mentally. Perhaps digging
In every
yourself
way.
into a hole.
Oh well, yeah, okay. That's
Also a very
that's
man thing to do.
painfully true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Many layers. Much like a lot of
Shrek.
dirt. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I went like because I bought the game and I hit install and then a second later it said done downloading and it made all this sound. I just wasn't ready for it.
that is once again most of the games we play.
Yep.
And you ever read? Now this is off topic, and I am assuming I'm just making more editing for you here. You ever read the book Tunnels as a kid?
Is it the one where they're on like Mars? Is that
No.
Holes?
Holes is not on Mars. Stanley Yelnats is firmly placed on Earth. But Tunnels
I
is
just
like a
googled
book.
tunnels and it just showed me a lot of tunnels in the world, like the haunted
Yeah,
underground
that-
Shanghai tunnels
That
tour.
checks out. If you look it up, like Tunnels young adult novel,
Tunnels book. Oh.
should have a green cover.
Tunnels, deeper, free fall, closer,
Yep.
spiral, and terminal.
And dude, these books went hard. I only read the first two, but just the idea of being a kid. You go in your
Tunnels and deeper. Only tunnels and deeper.
Tunnels and Deeper. I only read Tunnels and Deeper. That's all I need to. That's all I need to see. But yeah, the premise is like this kid goes in his basement, and there's like a hatch like buried, and he opens it, and there's just hella tunnels down there.
Hey, that's all you need sometimes.
That's all you need sometimes. Man, what a great book. Anyway, we talked about a great game today.
We
We
did.
both thought was great. Everhood. And I think we can both pretty confidently say you should check it out. My dear listeners, it's pretty cool.
Unless you don't like good
Thank
games,
you.
then don't check it out.
Yeah, then go play a fucking grocery store simulator and whatever the fuck that Souls-like roguelike game we played last week was.
Yeah, you could also play like
I didn't pick any
Concord.
bad games, so you can't.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
okay,
you can't.
well,
You
listen.
can't play that
Actually, unfortunately, it's a crime, but you can't play
one. Crime
that
to
one.
play that one, actually.
No, that's not what I was saying. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I feel like I haven't done a heartfelt message at the end of any of these lately. And I
You have.
wanna
I've just
say-
been cutting them out because I don't want our fans to think you like them.
It's for the best. Their egos are already way too inflated. Okay, I'll cut it short then. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. We're now on podcast services again. If you feel like YouTube is too much of a lift and you want to listen while you're driving or whatever it is, check it out. Thank you.
I'll put the link in the
Servus.
description, perhaps.
Maybe, or he won't.
If you want
Also,
to
perhaps
listen to this exact episode you just listened to.
you can listen to the backlog.
Yeah.